then I'm sure you wanna know the absolute easiest way to stack dough. You're probably working day jobs or cleaning someone else's mess. So much stress, you got a pain in your chest. Well, sit and take notes, I got knowledge to throw. The only way to get by is stealing from the rich folks. They got the nice cars and ice, they pay the highest price just to glow. Don't feel bad, they got a blow. First thing you wanna do is find a ballin' ass crib. You got a lot of options, take your time, get it in. You better do some digging and try to find a spot that's not hot with limited security and whatnot. Find out when they leave and when they come back. Rich fucks always got a tight schedule and all that. Now jack a cheap ass car that you can use for the boost. Better yet, a set of stolen plates will do. Head to the gun shop and use all the cash you got. Once you got the heat, stash it under the seat. To be sure they ain't home, get the front door or not. It's a rich dude spot, so you can't pick the lock. Instead of that, head to the back and find a window. Now put your gloves on and punch it out like a bitch hoe. Next thing you know, you're on the inside. You gotta be quick, so set a timer for 5 and look alive. Scope out the first floor, look for nice shit. Wallets, keys, or watch, anything you can get. Check the house for false floors, cameras and trap doors. Everything you see here tonight is now yours. Find out where they sleep and check the sheets and flip the bed. Check the closets anywhere you think they keep the bread. But keep your hand on the heat in case they come back. Don't be afraid to blast them or stab them in the back. Cause the only thing standing between you and the cash is a bitch ass rat who can't even act. Eventually you'll find my cheese and you can spin. Escape the way you came in and watch the robbery end. Now you gotta act quick and this the evidence. Dispose of all your clothes and shit and blow up the whip. Figure out an alibi, maybe you was with a bitch and she sucked your dick so good you passed out and didn't do shit. Or maybe you was driving down the street and fell asleep cause your dickhead boss making you work all week. Whatever it is, stick with that shit until it ends. And don't tell anybody, not even your closest friends. You'd be surprised how quick your homies hang you out to dry. They lie cause they ain't get their piece of the pie. Well fuck all that, you earned every cent in the sack. Just go home and count your stacks and never look back. It's Reed.
What's happening?
Yo, dude, what's
My
up?
buddies. Sick Code. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you wonderfully. Let me just make sure everybody can hear you wonderfully. I think they can.
Cool, man. Sweet. What's the Twitter account, Twitch account again?
Oh, I'm not telling you that shit. Fuck that.
Oh, yeah, it's HACKER.REHAB, isn't it?
It's Twitch for twitch.tv/notdanimal. It's actually also on a bunch of different platforms, which thank you for reminding me. I'm actually going to tweet those out right now because I forget every episode to do it. And this episode's different. Well, it might be different if if I actually do it right. So the Periscope went live, which is excellent. That's good. What shouts to everybody on the stream, by the way. Thanks for checking this out. Thanks for hanging with us on this fine Insomnia Eve. And
Monday night.
Yeah, hopefully you guys get like some good good updates, good use out of what we're doing tonight, which is TBD, honestly. We're playing it by ear because it's Insomnia stream, and there's no rhyme or reason to Insomnia stream. It's just simply a thing. It just happens. And that's why we...
Yeah, man. It's middle of the daytime for me, but...
Well, you've obviously been afflicted by it way worse than me then, because it's only the middle of the night for me.
Trash, yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. But no, yeah, you're over near the Antarctic, if I recall. So
yeah, pretty much
from over there. I mean, geez, that's quite a difference. But
yeah, it's pretty far away, man.
Yeah, just going back to the stream links. So I have it going to Twitch, but I have it going to dlive.tv, wasd.tv. I always get that wrong. WASD.tv. Those are Russian friends. And boy, oh boy, are they our friends because they give zero fucks about copyrights, etc. vk.com/notdan. And of course, youtube.com/notdan as well. I got the Periscope embedded in everything perfectly in this stream. This is going great so far. Something terrible is going to happen. Just going to let you know.
Yeah, I can see everything now. It's perfect, man. I'm watching it on Periscope on the big screen.
It's going too well, my friend. That can only mean one thing. We're fucked. So we're going to put this up real quick. Yeah.
What do you want to show us?
The legal disclaimer. Oh, it's going back up because shit's going down.
Yeah.
Anyways,
just,
let me give you a second to introduce yourself to anybody that's watching that's not familiar with your work or familiar with what you've been doing lately.
Sure, man. So, g'day, guys. Basically, I'm sick codes. I write codes. They're super sick. Pretty much. Lately, I've been doing a bit of security stuff, and what we found was theoretically, what we found was a big backdoor, like one of the biggest manufacturers of TVs in the world, and pretty much, that's been my whole life for the last month.
And so, when you're doing this research, specifically like with TVs and stuff, are you always under NDA? Partially, like, is there stuff that you can get into, kind of technically speaking, or is it mostly, unfortunately, under NDA?
There's no NDAs, man. Like, I just give, like, I'm no fucks, man. Sorry, can I swear or not?
Awesome. All right. This is even getting better and better.
Like, I literally buy, like, I don't even have this TV, right? So, it's one of my buddy's TVs, and I like team view it in, and we were playing around with it that way. Mm-hmm. But I didn't even have the TV. That's how funny it is.
Fucking A, that absolutely rules. To that end, you guys should follow Sick Codes. He's Sick Codes on Twitter. He got that OG at of twitter.com/Sick Codes. And give him a follow because he's done some pretty crazy stuff lately. You've probably seen it if you've been paying attention, and if you haven't, he's produced I want to say 3 CVEs over the last month. No?
Yeah, I've got I think I've released like 4 or 5. I don't know. I've got a couple of them still going, like they're still in the motions. You know,
your machine is essentially what it comes down to. Which is amazing, and you got to keep it going because that's good stuff, and it gives a lot of people, it gives people momentum to build off of, and that's
100%,
cool.
man. Like, I honestly thought, man, like when I first started, man, like I got a few HackerOne bugs and stuff, but like when I first started, I literally couldn't believe how easy it was to find bugs. Like, I'm, coming from like a web app, like, like old school security kind of guy. Well, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, man. Like a web app guy, like like shops and e-commerce and stuff, and getting hacked with like old WordPress sites and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how easy it was to like just find bugs in people's code, because a lot of people just like write really bad code.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They definitely do. To that end, what's been like the most egregious, I guess, or what's been the worst in your opinion?
The bug that I found, dude, probably the TCL one. I mean, this bug, like the first few bugs that I found were, let me just refresh myself because I forgot what forgot what my first one was. What was it? It was pretty big. Oh yeah, private internet access. It was a huge one.
And so what was the deal with that?
Yeah, so like, I mean, private internet access, great VPN, by the way, awesome guys. This is not an ad, but I've got accounts with all the VPNs, but the PIA.
Okay. By VPN service, I believe. On
Twitter. Yeah, they're huge VPN, right?
Sure.
They've actually been to court before where they got, like, this is like old stuff. It's actually a really funny story, but they've been to court before where, well, they've been subpoenaed before, and they always just say we got no logs.
They've been
And
to
there's
court
actually
recently, as a matter of fact,
yeah,
and they still say the same thing, which still holds true. And I got to be honest, that is a gold star where I come from.
yeah.
And so even though we aren't getting paid a single fucking dime from them, hint, hint, PIA, give us some goddamn money. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, they really do stand up in court. And
Absolutely.
we're not trying to like say, hey, buy this VPN service so that you can commit crimes easily. What we are saying is buy this VPN service so that you can have the ultimate privacy that you can probably get, because if the feds can't get it, skids can't get it, and so on and so forth. And I think that's really what we're trying to say.
A couple of good ones. They're all the same in effect, but the thing about the CB was like the desktop client, you know what I mean? Like, because everyone's got their own implementation. Like OpenVPN is OpenVPN. Nobody can, you know, if you screw with that, like you're playing with fire. But the actual desktop client is where the bug was, and it specifically affected Linux and Mac. So, like, did you want me to explain it real quick? Or
hell yeah, take us through it.
yeah,
and
cool,
if
man.
you need me to pull up any,
Yeah, you can show my screen, man. I've got the.
oh yeah, all right, let's do that. We'll share.
Let me just make sure the right browser.
Yeah. Sanitize your screen.
That's all right. I got heaps of browsers, man. I got Brave. I got freaking what's it called?
Oh, he is shilling everybody. He just said Brave. All right, that's it. Show's over.
No, I've got all the
fucking
browsers:
joking,
Brave,
dude.
Chrome, Firefox.
I always give people shit about talking about Brave, just because
Brave browser.
because a bunch of people like on Twitter, whenever I'll bring up website vulnerability stuff or anything like that, there will inevitably be the Brave user that comes up as like,
I found a CVE in Brave. But yeah, I mentioned in the chat. Sorry for interrupting you. I mentioned in we did a Reddit thing about the Brave browser, about it, and like basically, I just use Brave to play music, because you know when you close, like when you want to close all like your Firefox or your Chrome, whatever, you don't want to close. You know, if you got tunes playing, you don't want to close them all. You know what I mean? So you just want to keep the tunes running.
Yeah.
So I keep Brave just literally like in the bottom, like literally minimized and playing all the music.
What's its memory footprint though, and like CPU footprint?
Honestly, lower than Chrome, even though it is Chrome.
Well, that's really the barometer, right? Is it worse than Chrome
lower
or
than
better?
Chrome. I'll tell you what though, it's faster than Firefox. It's faster than I don't know why, but I think it's something to do with hardware acceleration. But
nice. What's it based? It's Chromium based though, right?
Yeah. They're both Chromium.
Interesting.
They're Chromium based, except they've made a ton of modifications. Like they've put Tor in there. I mean, that's where I found a CV in their Tor implementation, like 2 weeks ago.
Interesting. Well,
yeah, it was a cool one.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So back to that first one you mentioned, the PIA one. Yeah. So, like, you know, when you're using like a Docker container. So say you spin up. Is my screen shared?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So say you've got a Docker open, and it's going through the, what's it called? Like the network interface card, which is your Wi-Fi card or your Ethernet. They had it set it up so that it would go around the VPN. So it would go around. So even if you had the kill switch on, it would leak your IP once you finish. So like, I only noticed that because I was using like a container, and then, you know, sudo apt update because I'm using Ubuntu in the containers. I'm Arch Linux user, by the way, but yeah.
It's a massive problem on Mac OS X specifically, because I noticed that exact same issue verbatim on
the leak, yeah.
Proton VPN, yeah, dude.
Yeah. And so you can submit that, bro. The CVE, you got 7.5.
Well, I emailed them and I'm like, this is a fucking problem, fix it. And
Send them,
they started giving
send
me
them
shit.
this.
They're like, no, it's not. It's not a problem, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you need to take another fucking look at this before I write, put you on blast on Twitter. And they did, luckily, and they acknowledged and they fixed it. At first, they told me that it wasn't fixable. They're like, well, we've tried and there's no way we can fix it now. And I'm like, well, then tell me why there's a thing called kill switch that works perfectly great.
Dude, that sounds like exactly the same conversation I had with a guy in the chat asked about PIA WireGuard, and the answer to that is yes, and it's super fast.
Oh, are you looking at chat? See, it's kind of a meme almost on the show. I cannot pay attention to chat and produce it at the same
Yeah.
time, so I end up not seeing 90% of what happens in chat. So by all means, keep an eye on chat, and if you see anything interesting, bring it on up, interrupt me, do whatever you got to do. Looks like a lot of people, well, specifically OPSEC is gambling is fucking credits or whatever. But shouts to Dimey. What's up, Dimey? And yeah, we got a bunch of people that are checking the stream out at the moment. In crime, I do not know if PIA does WireGuard. Do you?
Yeah, they do. They do, man. I'm using it right now.
Nice. WireGuard. So I've been a WireGuard skeptic. I know we're getting off topic for a second, but I will say
It's super fast, man. It's
dude,
like
it's blazing.
it's like it. Sorry, man. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying. I was agreeing. It's blazing, man. It's so fast. It's fucking night and day difference compared to the other platforms.
Yeah, when I first used it, like they had this thing about a month ago, 2 months ago, just before they did the CBE. What is it? Ninth month of the year. When they released this, they switched everyone over from the old network to the new network. The new network at the time, I was getting like 500 megabit download speeds. I haven't tested it at the moment, but it was so fast.
That's amazing. Yeah, I haven't seen quite those speeds yet. Although I don't think I'm on PIA yet. I actually bought like a card for Outback Steakhouse or some shit like that because they accept gift cards to sign up for their service, so it's untrackable.
Oh yeah.
Theoretically speaking, it's untrackable. Obviously, it is, but it's less trackable.
Yeah. So what you can do when you're checking out, I'm pretty sure they have BTC.
Yeah, they do BTC as well, but I trust BTC less than going to a store wearing my mandatory COVID mask and sunglasses and hat with my completely undescript self.
I was just gonna say, man, I think it's on the exact same problem. The thing that they mentioned about the kill switch, because like,
yeah,
my theory was when I was arguing with the guy, at the start he said it wasn't a bug. I mean, he said like the guy, a really good guy. I don't know if I can name him, but he's the lead developer on the GitHub.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Is he an Asian dude?
Yeah, I only met him through this, and like he was so responsive, man. Like second day, I emailed him and say, "Hey guys, I found a bug," and I'd already reported it to MITRE, and then like they didn't issue. They issued a CB the next day, which was weird because it was like ages ago. But
really,
yeah, now they issue CVs like a month, 2 months later, and then I added them on Twitter, and they sent me like 6 in one day. I was like, they must like backlog it. Like they must, I don't know. They obviously, sort by sender or something, but they did all mine in one day the other day, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's a great turnaround time. I think they do a good job at triaging. I'm gonna guess the MITRE folks. I mean, I don't know if you've ever looked at their MITRE framework for like attack framework. That framework is fucking amazing. There's a guy on Twitter under Rowdy _ or something like that. He had enough of my bullshit, and he unfollowed me or whatever. But I still follow him because he's got relevant shit to say, and I don't let petty stuff like that get in the way. But he showed me the MITRE attack framework and kind of showed me a little bit about it, and I was blown away. I mean, it was amazing.
What is it? Is it the is that like the MITRE attack framework?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like it tells you how to hack.
Well, there's that, yeah, and then there's the defensive side too. It's like almost this grid format of you need to be doing this in this sector. It kind of takes and combines actual CISSP realms and practicality and all this other stuff. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I
It's
didn't know about this.
amazing for building out blue teams and red teams.
So, like, if I want to get into, for example, like an Android box, or a TV with a theoretical backdoor, I'd go through this one. Yeah, sounds about right.
Isn't that nice? It's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome,
right?
man.
MITRE attack is once he showed me that, I was just like, okay, this is something I've been missing in my career, and I've been doing InfoSec for quite a long time, too long, in fact, and it's just, man, oh man, this is something that's been needed in the industry for quite a while, and they just keep making it better and better. So
why is it? I don't understand it. You drag it or what? You click? Oh yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do with it.
Cool.
I didn't go anywhere past looking at this page right here. I'll be honest. I just have no reason to at the moment. Like I've got too much other stuff going on, but I do know. And I mean, I'm not bragging, but like a lot of this stuff, I just already know because I've had to do it. I've already had to do all this in some form and throughout my career. So
that's what I mean, man. Like a lot of the stuff that people think, like, yeah, wow, like for example, this Tor one, man. Like, have a look at this. The Brave one was literally exposure of information, and they gave me $100 for it, which was cool. I'll show you on HackerOne.
Ooh, 100 though. Brave. No, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Isn't Brave didn't Brave get funded recently by somebody?
It's a super low sec because like,
and I'm gonna point something out here. I buy these kind of vulnerabilities. I'll give you $200 for it next time, and I'm dead serious about it.
Yeah,
and the reason
I know what you mean
is because I know for a fact, and I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm wrong. I'm almost positive Brave just got a huge injection of cash from venture capitalists, and therefore their net worth is skyrocketed since last year, and they can afford to pay researchers a little bit more money when they point out the fact that one of the most damning things of a Tor session being fingerprintable and all this other stuff is possible. That's crazy to me. $100, but congratulations on the $100 at least. That's cool.
No, I appreciate it, man. So what it was, like, legitimately was that after you finish a session, let me find it. It should be in here.
Sure.
Where is it? Disclosures. Thanks.
While you're finding it, real quick, just shouts to Sparkle Apps. He was saying about the MITRE attack framework. It's the bread and butter of blue team learnings. I couldn't agree more. Teach your juniors and security analysts about it day and night. They should really, that's heads down what they should be doing for first few weeks that the onboarding.
Yeah, I can see the channel. It's a bit delayed. What's the delay again?
We're at about a 20-second delay. It'll expand over time just because of the way the transcoding and stuff works through Restream. But if everybody in chat or somebody in chat wants to type the letter F, we can get an idea of how long the delay is right now.
Yeah. So this bug was so so simple. All it was like, and I'll show you the fix. The fix is even funnier. Have a look at this, right? So like super low sec. And I didn't even want to put it through HackerOne because I didn't want it to be like, it was so embarrassing. It was so small, right?
So we got the letter F back, by the way, real quick. We're 30 seconds, almost on the nose.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. You can spit it up, man. It's fine. Like for me, I mean, I don't know if you can now, but yeah.
Are you talking about between you and I, or us and the audience?
Yeah, you can speed it up if you want. I don't know if it speeds up. Like how you can't make it. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. It's cool. Yeah, okay. Like this bug was like literally all it was the session using a private window. It would log on file that says, like, I don't know if it's here in the picture. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. It's in the picture. Yeah. See this file? There was like a JSON file that has incognito use timestamp, and then it has the timestamp to the nanosecond. Like we're talking nanoseconds, man. You know what I mean? Like that's I've never seen a number that big. And then Tor used, true. Yeah. So the dispute was that. Yeah, sorry, man. Were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, why would they even be logging that? I don't understand that.
I know, right? So what it was actually an implementation of. They wanted to be able to see if someone's used Tor before, just like, and they send that metric back if you've got the metric shit on. Which, if you do, I don't know if you want to support Brave, turn it on. If you want to support yourself or like look after OBSEC, turn it off. But they excuse me, they alleged that it was just the fact that you've used Tor, and this one was the time that you last used it incognito. So my theory was, my attack scenario was that if you were what's the word for it? Like if the FBI came around or the whatever it is, NSA came around, they stole your laptop, they wanted your laptop, you're running like a dirty, rotten website that everyone doesn't want to talk about on the internet, and then there was a time that you logged off and you had JavaScript on or something like that. They could nanosecond timestamp that with you, you know what I mean? And they could also combine it with, it's a big like theoretical, but like that's why it's super low. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not super low because it's a timing correlation attack, and that name, timing correlation attack, I think gives it a lot more. I don't know. Did you name it that? And I'm just being an idiot. But even if you didn't, a timing correlation attack is a super valid type of attack that law enforcement from both good countries and evil countries that are suppressing free speech use to torture dissidents and stuff, and the people that actually use Tor. And so to allow that information to be freely available is another reason that I just say fuck Brave. And like I say fuck Brave, not in the like, oh fuck all the developers are Brave, each and every one of them. No, I'm not saying that. They're doing the best that they can. And I'm sure that they are not purposely doing this to build backdoors. But everybody that comes up to me and is like, you should switch to Brave. Why? So that I can fucking open my attack surface open more?
Yeah.
No.
There's a lot of problems, man. Like there was not a lot of problems. Sorry, the original the original report I had to them was that the fact that they were sending the actual this is still a bug, right? So I'm not going to turn it on, but the Tor session sends a header that says that you like if you go to Coinbase, it's I'll show you if I can turn on. Let me just make sure my OBSEC is like cool.
If you
check this out.
If you need me to dump, just don't.
No. It's cool. Let me just on top. Let me go to let's just say this one, right? So headers, where are they? Headers.
By the way, just future reference. I use different browsers to avoid that in the future.
Yeah. This browser is clean. Like I said, there's nothing in here. So these headers right here is just like regular headers. Now, if I go to, let me do it in the same window so I don't. Where are we? Which one is it? Nist. Oh, sorry, it's Task Manager. Coinbase.com.
Cool. Go ahead and make sure you're inspecting.
There's nothing
and
there.
Then also log in.
Coinbase, where the fuck is it? Yeah, Coinbase. Check this out, right? So it's still here. Coinbase.com.
HSTS. That means it's unhackable, kids.
Shit, where is it? Here we go. Partner. X-Brave partner. So down the bottom, there's a partner header.
That's scary in itself. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I know Coinbase, and I know their security teams, and I know who they're comprised of, and yeah. Okay.
Do you know what else?
They're a partner.
Do you know what else? That header comes through when using Tor. That was the original vulnerability. I'm like, why are you putting that header on the Tor browser sessions?
It's coming through in the request over Tor sessions to even onions.
Yeah, like it would say no. Only the list of sites that are in this Brave partner thing. But dude, those sites are like you pop one of those sites or the FBI gets one of those sites, they can get to the nanosecond accuracy.
What version was this affecting? And below, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, so I believe it was added when P3A metrics was
Okay.
added, and this is the fix, by the way. It's hilarious. Check out the fix, right? Commits. Where is it? Here it is. It's hilarious. Yeah, look, that's the fix right there. It's like one line.
But that doesn't take care of the fucking header.
They didn't. It's not there yet. They haven't done it yet. And I said to them, I'm like,
Oh.
they said to me,
So
they
here's a
said to me,
cool test for you to try then. If it's not fixed yet, do an iframe to anything to Brave. Like do an intentional XSS on your own controlled site and see if you can load Coinbase and like enumerate whether or not it sends the user agent to you as well.
yeah, there'd be some way to actually to forge it. And yeah, WW9 OM. Yeah, I think you get it.
There's probably a bunch of Coinbase XSS too. Who knows? By the way,
That's
if
what I
you
mean.
have
Like
those,
all you have to do is
shout
compromise
outs.
Coinbase
Let
or like
me know.
subpoena them. Sorry.
I was just saying, if anybody has any Coinbase XSS, feel free to hit me up. I'll pay for them.
Oh man, like even if you had like, for example, do you trust the Coinbase CEO or whatever, like anyone there to be able to know that you're using like Tor? Do you know what I mean? If you combine that with the timestamp and the dirty laptop that you get picked up with the FBI, people go to jail, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they do something wrong.
So one
But
thing,
I mean, it's all theoretical. But yeah.
so I think it's unfortunate that we have to choose our words so carefully in this day and age. But I've definitely found if you use scenario-based things like, well, if the FBI really wanted to come after you, they could find this and this. You will not get as much, as many people listening that are in management or higher, because frankly, they're thinking, well, you're talking about criminals. We don't give a fuck about them. However, if you put it in terms of, well, oppressive governments could do analysis on this and find this, you're going to attract a lot more attention in the heads of these people that are running things like Brave and whatever, Coinbase. Who knows?
Yeah.
Probably not Coinbase.
Exactly right.
You know what I mean?
Some of the partner websites, like it should be. I don't know. It was a bit weird. The only reason I found it as well, like I mentioned, some guy, I can't remember who it was, but did a small interview about it. Excuse me. They mentioned, how did you find it? And I'm like, well, actually, when I opened Brave after it increased versions, a big pop-up came up in the top right, like, do you want to buy crypto? And I'm like, what in the world?
From Coinbase?
I don't know what it was, man.
That's
It was gone, but it was like a small image in the top right about buying BTC from crypto.com or something. Anyway, I closed it, went through the logs and all that shit, and then we found a tiny little CV that blew up a little bit, actually. Yeah.
So just to be clear, now does Brave serve their own internal ads then?
I'm not 100% sure. I've got all that ad stuff off and the Brave reward stuff, but they've got a Brave rewards program. Someone else knows a lot more about it than me, but that's how they make money, I think. So
Interesting. Well, the reason I ask is because, okay, that would make sense if they're doing identifiers in the headers that are detecting the fact that you went to Coinbase.com, even if you didn't log in or whatever.
Yep.
They now know that this browser session or this browser UUID or however they track it
IP
is interested
even.
in crypto, right? And that's why that ad probably popped up. Maybe. Who
Oh,
knows?
yeah, that part. Well, actually, I think it was just I think it was a mistake. But honestly, the thing about it is that they're super responsive as well. By the way,
That's good.
Like if you look at the timeline, they fixed it in like a day, and they actually told me after I reported it via email, they're like, yeah, we consider it a valid bug. Yeah, we'll give you a CVE. Just submit it through the HackerOne. Because usually when you do when you report one outside of it, it's like weird to put it back through HackerOne. But they're like, yeah, put it back through. was like, all right.
That's
And they
cool.
gave me, and it's a
That's
$50
cool of them
bug,
to
but they gave
do.
me $100 for it. So.
The reason everybody's sketchy about doing that, by the way, is because of what happened with Uber and the fact that they got nailed big time. I think somebody went to jail over it actually, because of the ransoming that they put through the bug bounty program. And so retroactively pulling something out and putting it through bug bounty is really, really scary territory now these days. Personally, I thought that was awesome on Uber's part, by the way, to try and steer people that were on a bad path, ransoming companies, and trying to steer them on the right path and say, hey, why don't you do this through a fucking bug bounty program instead? I thought that was awesome.
It's a much better idea.
But they went to jail.
Yeah, sorry, man. I've got a bit of a cough. But yeah, do you want me to explain the TCL one as well now? This one's blowing up.
Fuck yes. So just I'll summarize it real quick if you want, or if you want to summarize it. I'm gonna give you my point of view, and then you correct me where I'm wrong. But basically, Sick Codes essentially owns your TV. That's the end.
More or less, yeah. Nah, was that it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you're not wrong. So, like, legitimately, I couldn't believe how basic, that's not the word for it, like, kind of, but how lax they were at a certain part of the security. Anyway, we found this bug. Basically, I can show you a TV. It's probably not, I don't want to. Let me bring up a screenshot instead, because I don't want some guy's TV to be all over the net. Hold up.
If it's publicly available and it's Shodan Savari stuff, it's fair game.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just
if you want me to pull it up instead, just send me the link to it. Send me the link via Twitter DM.
Just go to Shodan. Just tell you what to type in, or everyone's going to start looking for it. It's cool to see. I mean, it's legitimately a web server. What's that?
I actually don't know what to type off the top of my head.
Pardon?
I actually don't even know if I have a Shodan account.
You don't even need one. I'll show you.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, this is how we identified two versions of the bug. So you just type in TCL space TV. And that's it, man. That's it.
Oh my God.
There's only 10, right? There's only 10, but watch this. We're just getting
What
you.
are they watching over in China? China's got no extradition laws, by the way. Hint, hint.
Am I allowed to do this on stream?
Of course.
Okay.
This is all simulated. I mean, anybody that watches the show realizes, here, I'll put the disclaimer up again, just in case people don't realize that these stunts that are performed during the live stream are dangerous and shouldn't be attempted without any proper training or supervision by professionals. The hosts and characters on this show, including us right now, we're doing this for entertainment and educational purposes, and any discussions that take place and any things that we do are coincidental, do not have any basis in truth or reality, and the similarities to real life persons, places, and events are coincidental. This is an entertainment show. It's all simulated. Don't take it seriously, or you, my friend, are the silly fucking goose. And I'm stalling a little bit.
That's it.
Let's. I gotta find.
That's good. So this one's nothing. This is like CouchDB. I don't know what that is. This one is nothing. That's nothing. This one's offline. Maybe.
Are they all offline? Oh.
Yeah. Let's 798. This was the bug, right? 7989. You just plug in this tiny little thing here.
So I'm not a lawyer. I am an attorney. I am a certified
these are web
attorney
servers.
at law, but not law. I will say, if you get a 403 on any of these, like he's been getting, and you try and enter credentials, you're stepping into legally challenging territory.
Absolutely.
Just keep that in mind.
Yeah. So what we actually found, let me just bring up pictures. this is what it. That's not a good photo. Let me show you another one. There's one in the CV thing. Like they're just web servers. This is what it looks like when you find them. I'll skip down a bit.
Let me. Can you send me the link to your?
Oh
to
yeah,
the
yeah,
CV?
yeah, yeah. On.
Or if you're on the Twitch chat, just drop it in Twitch chat. Either way, I just want.
Yeah, I'm not on the Twitch chat. I'll drop on the thing we're calling on. Hold up.
Okay.
Can you see it? Can you see it there?
Thank you.
Can't?
Actually, I can't because if I pull it up, the entire conversation is gonna pull up. So
I'm
just
gonna
send
send
it
you on
to
Twitter.
Twitter, yeah. Thank
Yeah, let
you.
me send it to Twitter. So basically, that 7989 port. I'll just like if you want to show them thing as well. That port would show not working, right? But then when you just type in like an Android file, init.rc or /SD card, and the whole directory would show up.
That's amazing.
Yeah, dude, unbelievable. I couldn't believe it when I seen it, man. I was on my buddy's computer. That's why there's two mouses. Like if you zoom right in, there's two mouses on the thing. There's not this one. This one. There's two mouses because I'm using my mouse and his, obviously. And yeah, man, we could see a lot of stuff in there, a lot of files. Not all the files are downloadable, but then when I went on Shodan, we're looking at more TVs.
Was there actually privacy invasive stuff in here? I mean, obviously, watching what somebody else is watching is a little bit sketchy, right? But at the end of the day, that's not necessarily their full name or anything too bad. But I'm gonna guess you found way more than that.
Dude, we found like there were databases, like you could navigate the entire file system. We found screenshots of guys like guys or girls taking screenshots during their TV sessions or whatever.
Wow.
Some guy had like a game loft thing. He could download his like account on that. Like we didn't, like I said, we're just looking through we're looking through a web directory, and like my theory was on this. This is what I said was: when in the history of your career have you actually ever needed to serve the entire file system over HTTP? Not even HTTPS, right?
Well,
like when would you ever serve the whole
to non-hackers? But I think it's a valid question, totally.
Yeah.
But I do it all the time, and I'm an idiot for doing it because my only ACL is the fact that I bound it to localhost. One of these days, I'm gonna bind it to the internet, and I'm gonna be sad.
And then after that vulnerability, which is quite like big, it was obviously. For us, it's like, wow, we can see the whole file system. Let's look for more bugs. And we used that to find like another one. And we found this other one here in system vendor. He's still on my screen? Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah. So system vendor, etc. init hardware. And this init file, init files are for Android, or if you don't have systemd, they start up stuff, right? So their theory was, make directory data vendor TCL and give it the permission 777. And for anyone who doesn't know, 777 is like anyone can execute it, write to it, or read it. And basically, that's like a nightmare.
All your files to that you can possibly set, like especially if you're on a web server, make sure you set everything to that because we need to have a good time.
Yeah, tell me about that.
I actually figured out too. You might as well. Fuck it.
Yeah, and for some reason that is like 777 is like a legitimate instruction to people. I think that should be banned. That permission structure. There's no real reason for it.
Yeah, I mean they're doing a lot of stuff with the kernel and everything these days. They might as well start clamping down on that. At least put a warning up. Hey, you're about to expose this to the ability to be read, written, and executed by the entire world. Sure you want to do this, numbnuts?
That's right. And then we found
right? You got to pass it a flag now. How about passing another flag for that?
Let me see if I can bring up this without getting obsect. Hang on.
But as a shenanigans puller, I don't want them to do that. I want it to be just the way it is right now.
Let me see the APK file, TCL update. So yeah, we found this APK file. I'll show you right now. I've got the file in front of me.
While you're pulling it up, quick question. For the first vulnerability, did you need to go through the APK in order to find it, or is this something that you found straight up just by nmapping and poking around?
Oh, yeah. Nmap. We literally, I was like on my buddy's computer, Windows even. It was a Windows computer. I was like doing it through, I mean, if I can do it through any desk or like, remote desktop, like it was literally the easiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I can explain the key part about it though. The reason I actually found it was because Nmap on Windows, not even on the Linux one, which I probably would have missed it if I was using Linux, right? Which is funny. It actually automatically scanned everything and gave us a full scan, right? I'm probably moving a bit too fast here. But look how many ports were open on the TV.
Yeah, I know. I just scanned my TV for the first time, and I never connect anything that I can possibly not connect to the internet. I don't. And I have a Samsung from 3, 4, 5 years ago now. Never connected to the internet, so it's never been updated or anything. And I finally connected an Ethernet cable to it and port scanned it. And boy, oh boy, did it light up just like this.
And you know what's important as well? You've got to nmap the whole 65K ports, like all 65,000.
Yeah.
So I would have, like 2 ways I would have done it. The way that it in Windows, it does it for you. You just click the drop down, it says scan everything, intense scan. And that's the best way to do it because what it does, especially when it's on LAN, because on LAN, you can scan a port, you can scan shit. Oh, sorry, you can scan like devices on your network in record time. Whereas if you're scanning like something that's, in wherever, right, the other side of the world, it's going to take, 200 milliseconds to the power of, etc. To scan the whole thing, you know what I mean? It's going to take like half an hour, 20 minutes maybe. If you combine that with, however many devices you want to scan, it's like infinity. Whereas that's what Shodan does. This one here was like, bing, you just scan the whole thing. I reckon everyone should scan every device that they've got in their house.
Oh, absolutely.
All 65K ports, TCP and UDP.
The entire subnet too. Don't just rely on the ping identification of a live host because there's plenty of hosts that don't reply back to ICMP, and their ARP scanner is not always that great. So it takes a lot of time, but you're on a LAN. Set it for 2 days and come back.
That's right. Yeah. I'll show you. I've actually got another. Let me see one second. Bash. Where's my bash RC file? Sorry. I've got in my bash RC. I'll quickly bring it up. Where is it? Nmap.
So Sparkle Ops made a good point.
No, it's cool. I'll just leave it up. But I've got an Nmap.
Just real quick from chat. Sparkle Ops made a good point that TVs should generally always be on guest networks. I would tend to agree with that. Pretty much any IoT type stuff, TVs, doorbells, whatever the fuck, that's all on a network that it can be as dirty as it needs to be because it can't access anything important, and it can't pivot to anything important. And if your network's not set up like that, it's really easy to do. Buy a cheap router from eBay and $20 DDWRT capable router and just do it that way. That's bare minimum, and you can protect yourself pretty well.
Yeah, that's right, man. Because the problem here actually comes from the fact that they were. Oh yeah, I'll go to the next bit if you want.
Sure. Yeah.
So the problem with this one was it wasn't actually serving the directory. Like when I showed you on the Showdown results, it was showing me 403, right? Error not found.
Sure.
Forbidden. Only after you type in a subdirectory it would work. But the ones on Showdown, I could just browse from the root file. But the one that I was testing on, I couldn't browse from the root. So that was actually the only reason I picked it up is because of this, because Nmap actually told me here. They go 404 is not found is at the root.
Yeah,
probably is. Yeah, and then the next thing was they just Nmap decided to automatically look for example file.txt, and then we get 404, right?
Well, so just really quick on this, what were your Nmap switches?
Nothing. I just did. It was a drop-down menu in Windows. That's what I'm trying to explain. It was
Well,
literally full scan,
it's
full
not
scan.
though, right? Like ZMap is just a graphical browser for Nmap. It's actually running. It's running actual switches.
Oh, I think
So
that's the one. The ZMap. Yeah. It's like Nmap. It's like Nmap A, P, whatever it is.
okay,
But
so
I
it
didn't
was
change
running A
anything
then,
other than
right?
the
Capital A,
default from the drop-down.
because capital A is a service interrogator, and what it does is if it finds a web daemon, it'll
Hmm.
actually try a few common URLs and it'll try a few common passwords and shit like that. And that's why this came up. And that I wanted to make that point just simply because if you run just Nmap from a command line from a VPS, let's say, because you want to be able to scan across
Yeah.
the world much quicker, hint hint, by the way, get a Romanian VPS and you can scan places over in Eastern Europe much faster. You won't get this kind of output though unless you ask it to, and it's dash lowercase s capital V and dash capital A. That'll give you this kind of output.
Yeah, I remember seeing the capital A, and that one there. That was the kicker, man. Like if I didn't do it using that flag, I would never have found it because it says 400 bad request, which it sounds like whatever, but then I saw this, right, and I was like, what in the world is that? And then the first thing I tried after that was like init.rc. See that's it there. So that's a page not found, empty response. And I was testing all the ports, so I was like, I wasn't expecting to find one that was going to work. And then we type in a directory, and it's like, what the heck is going on? And that was it. The end of the story. Then started the communication part, man. Like this is where it gets bizarre, like unbelievably bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was alone at this point, and I was like emailing. I emailed TCL. And I'm like, hey guys, I've got a vulnerability. Can you guys forward this to the security team? And they're like, didn't respond. I'm like, yeah, cool, no worries. And then a couple of days later, I'm like, I sent them a few Twitters in their private DMs on Twitter. They have like 15 Twitter accounts for every single geographical location that they've got. I'm like, hey guys, can I submit a vulnerability to all of them? And they didn't even reply, and they were replying around me. They were replying to like randoms on Twitter, like, "Hey, DM us your TV details." I'm like, "Can you DM me your security team?" And yeah, so like they didn't respond for weeks, man. Like literally like 2-3 weeks. Then we posted about it on this one. I'll show you. Community disclose. Community t.disclose. Let me bring it up in Firefox first because I just. Community.
You want me to unshare your screen for a minute?
No, it's cool. All
right.
So yeah, here we go. This is it. 28 days ago. 28 days ago. Sorry about that. And then this is public. I'm like, hey guys, we DM'd the global Twitters. We called them up on the phone. You know what I mean? We called them up. Emailed everyone there, and they get this right. TCL owns Alcatel mobiles. BlackBerry mobiles.
Really?
Right. Yeah. Nokia. They own Nokia. They own the Nokia. They owned, and they've got Palm phone.
What's
and then
TCL
BlackBerry is a certificate numbering authority. They are a Midas CNA. BlackBerry.
BlackBerry's so owned. But what is TCL Corporation? What does it stand for?
Exactly right. Nobody. It's a massive Chinese company that is relatively new. If I show you the graph.
Yeah, is it like a conglomerate of some kind? It sounds like it.
Check this graph out, right? Look at this graph. I could probably do it like that. Yeah. Look at 2000. So, for example, 4 years ago, 5 years ago,
market share.
TCL being orange, tiny,
that's
tiny.
That's 2 in 10 TVs.
Relatively, I mean, it might not be. This is globally, right?
Yeah.
And then if you look at 2019, now it's like 30. Now it's like 15%. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
That's literally more than Samsung.
Almost. Yeah, they will be soon.
Am I reading the graph wrong?
Pardon?
Am I reading the graph wrong? Oh, it's one of these graphs.
market share. So this is like
Oh
years, and then
God.
like TCL's orange, market share grows.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. See, wait. So is the end of that graph? I don't know how to read these graphs, man. Is that a
Yeah. So
25% share or is it a
yeah,
like 10% share?
it's this area here, which if we bring it over here would be about like 15%, 12%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's
These
one of
graphs
those
are
graphs.
mad
So
confusing.
this is
I've always
yeah. So
disliked them. But
so
okay,
the market.
got it.
Yeah, go for it, man. Sorry. Did you want me to explain it?
No, no, no. Yeah, you can explain it. But it is pretty much exactly on track with LG, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's like all I did here was like if you did a pie chart for every year, this is like if you cut that little bit out there and put it into a pie chart. Anyway, whatever. It's pretty much you can see the trend of like who got Toshiba's gone. You know what I mean? Like is that Toshiba? Yeah, it's definitely Toshiba. They don't even sell TVs anymore, right? Who's this orange one? Like Vizio. Don't even know who they are. Skyworth. That's another one, right? I don't even know what Skyworth is, right? A guy emailed me from North Africa the other day, and he's like, "I've got 3 Skyworth TVs," and I was like, "Oh, cool. Let me have a look." We had a look around poking because people have been reaching out, man, about the TVs. Like a lot of people, and I don't know if I should mention it, but yeah, like even like law enforcement guys who like like working at like government office and stuff, saying like, "Hey guys, just hey, can you just explain in layman's terms?" Because like the original article is quite technical. To be, it's quite technical because obviously you've got all the stuff in there. It's easy for a tech guy to read or whatever, but I mean these are just logs. But the guys were like, "Can you explain if my TV's busted?" Because they were talking about TVs in like police stations and stuff, like in like interrogation rooms or detention centers and stuff.
Damn, that's crazy. So
Yeah,
the just to reiterate, you're saying these the TVs, or you found cameras that are in interrogation rooms and other sensitive areas that
TVs.
okay,
Yeah. So like,
but still,
what?
some of these TVs have webcams in them, don't they? And
Correct.
microphones.
Correct. Yeah, and they
That's
have the
insane.
ability. They, I'll explain that now. So I'll skip a bit because there's a little bit of like just fluff where we're just like arguing about stuff. Not arguing, but
If it's not too distracting, go through it because I
yeah,
think a lot
yeah,
of people
yeah,
that are
cool.
watching right now, a lot of people are really familiar with it all and seeing it all, but there's definitely some people that have not gone through the process or are tired of it because they tried
Yeah,
it back in the day, and they might be interested to see how much has changed, if anything.
yeah, yeah. I'll punch it through. Let me show you the email that I got. So this was my version of events, right? Which is public knowledge now. Like this was 26 days ago, and we posted the whole timeline. It was a bit early to post the timeline on here, but we couldn't really get in touch with them. And how far was that? It was 16 to 21,
It's a month ago.
22. Yeah, but it took 7 days. We couldn't even talk to them. We didn't even get a response. We're like, "Hey guys, hello, are you there? Knock, knock, knock." And
Was
they
it a
reply,
was it a language barrier? You think?
"No, man, they've got like 7 Twitter accounts, like all TCL, TCL USA, TCL
Ah,
Brazil, not Brazil, TCL India, like really active Twitter accounts, posting like 50 articles, so every 10 minutes." And I'm like, and they're replying to people, like people are posting like saying stuff on the Twitter,
uh-huh.
and people are commenting, and there's comments under it, and I'm like, "Can you answer me?" I'm like, and I was like adding them. I don't want to do it, but I want to show it, but it's kind of. Let me if I bring it up. No, I want to bring up
Go
my other
ahead.
one, but I know I can publicly look up my own Twitter on. Give me a
Yeah,
sec. Give me
just
a sec.
do the public Twitter.
Let me bring up this profile. There we go. This one tweets it. Tweets at replies. Let's have a look. Fuck, where is it? Yeah, these ones. Down. TCL. Oh, okay. No, it's too far away, man. Fuck it. They yeah, it's like legitimately ages away. But they pretty much they weren't replying to me. So I publicly asked for their details on here, and then after that, they ended up getting in contact with us. One guy emailed me, yeah, this is Casey from Bug Crowd.
Oh, yeah,
He's the
Casey.
he's mad dude. Awesome guy. Pretty much a mentor to me. And this guy, John got in contact with me through this literally chat here. And then we like got together, like we're chatting about it, figuring it all out. And then John's an awesome guy, by the way. Probably go and follow him. It's John J Hacking. Awesome guy, man. And then
Shutterstock, cool. Right.
Yeah, he works at Shutterstock. Like, and check this out. Look how many things he's got. Look at this. I don't have any of these.
I don't have a high school diploma.
I don't mean like that. I mean like, I'm like, this guy's amazing, man. I wish I could know as much as he does. He works at Shutterstock, right? And he reached out. I was like, cool, man, nice to meet you. And since then we've been working on it together. Like, he was calling TCL, I was calling TCL. We couldn't get in touch with them. It just kept blowing up. I emailed like BlackBerry, Google CNA, like it blew out of control, man.
Did you actually count up all of the time, like by the minute or even in 15-minute increments, of how much time you spent doing all of this? Or at least the contact
I would say
phase?
a ridiculous amount. Probably a couple of days, probably like at least a day, man, in total. Let me bring up the whole timeline. Look at this timeline down here.
Of getting on the phone or emailing, all that combined, 24 hours.
Yeah, for free too. Well, not for free, because like I'll explain in a minute what happened.
Well,
it's not price, but
it is kind of for free at this moment. You may clarify it later, but with that $100, that smooth $100. But at the moment, my hourly rate is $450 per hour, and that they've run up quite a bill. If that was me.
That's right.
And that's one of the reasons that I don't participate in these programs, though, is because I refuse to fucking waste my time when I could be making money doing other stuff. And I know that sounds greedy of me and stuff, but it's not. It's more, I don't like giving away free stuff. And I know you're gonna have a happier ending by demonstrating why it is beneficial to do it the way that you did it. But that's how I see it currently. And I'm hoping you can change my mind.
Well, actually, there's a guy in the chat who mentioned, which I'm a bit late for, but the thing, in response to the media thing, the social media, you're right. It is some people did mention that it's quite irresponsible for us to disclose a full-on vulnerability to like the social media.
Who said
let
that?
Me say, what's that? Oh, like it just people in the Reddit. It was on Reddit. It blew up on Reddit as well.
Oh, fuck those people. It's called full disclosure, and it's a thing. And anybody that doesn't like it can not read the fucking disclosure paper.
Yeah, and the other thing was about the cert. We did send it to cert. In fact, we sent it to quite a number of certs in each country.
I mean, if I recall,
the country I'm from,
at the beginning of the convo, you said you got a MITRE CVE.
We got two. We got two from this. Yeah, we got two. The first one is so look at this timeline is insane, right? It's like 11th to the 10th, and it's only a month, right? But in this time, a guy who I don't really want to name, but he actually got in touch with us, and I'll bring up the PDF because this PDF is exactly what they said to us. Yeah, press statement. This is released yesterday. This is not even public yet. Actually, you know what? I want to show something else first, real quick. Where's the Chrome? Brave. It's Brave. Sorry, Brave. Check this out. You go to Google. Let's go to google.com. And this is, I'm risking it. But anyway, TCL. Check this out. News. Number 1, PC Mag researcher finds backdoor vulnerability.
Great.
This is me, man. Sick Codes. Number 1 article. Sick Codes.
How many articles has it propagated to?
Dude, Tom's Guide. Like,
nice.
We got mad press for it. That's what I mean. Like, when I said free, I'm like, we got insane.
You were up on Packet Storm for a while. I'm positive.
Packet Storm. I don't really check. Maybe probably. But if we go to like this one, Fudzilla, and then not only that, but get this right. So not Brazil. We saw ones in Vietnam, Kenya. There's 2 other places. Vietnam, Kenya, Indonesia, and another big place that I forgot, Pakistan or whatever. So if you put those countries together and then take away US, Europe, oh, that's the rest of the world. But if you take away US, Europe, and China and India, which are like the biggest things, that the countries that I mentioned, like Vietnam's 100 million. The remaining countries is like half the world of that part of the world.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of people in those countries, for example. And then, so we got a response from TCL. This is yesterday, right? And where is the one from? They replied to. So this one's going to have an update. This one has an update. Tom's guide.
That headline, by the way.
What's that?
Go back for a second. Who wrote that headline? Gapping holes. Come on, it's gaping. Good Lord, Fudzilla. Come on. Step it up.
TCLS gaping.
You know what you should do? You should definitely email the Nick Farrell and be like, look, I hate to be picky, but I'm really particular about my gaping article headlines, and I need you to fix that.
Oh, shit, dude. That's so funny. Gaping security holes. And look at the name of it. It's Fudzilla.
I love it.
He's actually some of the articles though got lost in translation. This is hilarious, right?
So
this is hilarious.
A little inside info. A lot of these are fed through RSS feeds, and they basically just they're mirror images of each other, and they aggregate and then they take credit for it and repost it on Twitter and stuff like that. And they're a bunch of media hungry whores, but that's good for you because that means it gets you exposure, and the exposure that you should be getting for these. This is a pretty crazy vulnerability.
This one's on CNN Indonesia, and Indonesia has 300 to 400 million people. I don't know, and that's a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? Like this CNN Indonesia, TCL. Where's SIC codes? SIC codes. Go for it.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah, dude.
Dude,
if you right click, you should be able to do translate to English.
Yeah, not in Brave.
No.
Let me.
Why did everybody tell me to go to Brave if you can't even do the basics?
Let me hang on a second. Oh no, it's translate. Translate the. Let's try this.
Let's check chat. Let's see what's going on in chat. I haven't looked at it.
Okay, here we go. So some of them got really far lost in translation, and at the top of the article, I was actually talking about some old stuff that I was working on. Where, port 22 open, allowing SSH root out of the box, which, if people don't know, that's it's like you just log into the device.
You got a CV for that, I'm assuming?
No. These are for other devices that I was working on. Port 555, which is the Android debugging port. Yeah. So when you do the Android debugging, you type in ADB, connect, whatever, shell. And then these ones, usually on the device, you have to say, do you want to allow connections from this person and accept the host key? Right. These ones are just letting you straight into.
Yeah. I thought there was a vulnerability that was supposed to be patched a while ago. I'm wondering, have you come across this specific? It's called an Android bridge, right? An unauthenticated Android bridge. Have you ever found them on different ports other than 5555?
I found some stuff on like 5557 and stuff.
But they're close. They're close.
That's a good idea, actually. I didn't try.
I found one on like an 8000 port, and I can't get it to work. That's the thing that sucks.
Does it connect? When you do ADB
it's
connect,
like a full three-way connect, but Nmap detects it as an ADB bridge, and maybe after the show we can I'll share out that TV because I can connect it to this network. But
cool,
it's interesting stuff.
Yeah, man, it's. I mean, what I was actually looking at earlier in this top of the article was stuff that was like, if you think about this, open Wi-Fi network with unauthenticated root access to the device and storage of the config file, which has your Wi-Fi password. So somebody outside your house or whatever in the network can remotely access the open Wi-Fi network, SSH into the device, get the router password, and and then go into your router, like into your normal network, and like pivot into your router.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
You
So
can do all sorts of living off the land backdoors too, right? Like open up UPnB.
yeah,
You can own the shit out of a target, or if somebody you're going after, or if it's just blind Shodan Safari, which, by the way, I think Shodan Safari or Shodan is censoring the results. I think that's why we're not seeing so many.
well, if you go to I don't think there's that many people who have their TVs connected to the internet. However, if you look up Roku's a device made by TCL. You can see UPnP 23,000.
To figure out a way to scan through UPnP. I'm gonna
So
make that a note.
I purchased this report for all these devices, and I pinged every single device because I thought at the start I didn't even know what Roku was at the start, right?
Really?
And I pinged, I didn't even know, right? So I pinged every single 30,000 TVs on port 7989, and none of them had the vulnerability. It was crazy. So then I'm like, what is it then? It's just these ones, the TCL ones. If I go back here and go TCL TV, there's only 10 of them, right?
Well, 10 of them that are showing up. Try Binary Edge real quick. Humor me. I bet you Binary Edge has way more.
I don't know what Binary Edge is.
It's basically Shodan.
Same thing.
A different set of people own it.
This one's always on. I don't know why. I think they either patched it or. But this guy was always on, Poland guy. But anyway, it's kind of we're getting a bit sus. Hang on, we're getting a bit sus.
Scan is /24 for the port. I bet you he just changed IP.
What's it? Heaps more cops. I mean, he's right, man. Yeah, cops, corps, basketball stadiums and stuff use the TVs. So, like, can you imagine being in a basketball stadium where you can see the TV file system?
Yeah,
I was
and
replying to chat, man.
Things to it, like horrible things. Maybe things that are memes these days because they're last measures.
You could also download, like, for example, if you installed a chat app, you could download the SQLite database from the chat app and get all the chats you've had. You could download if you logged in, like if you downloaded anything, you could just download the files from the TV. That's how bad it was. Then
wait, are we talking about like authentication cookies and stuff for people that are
logged sorry, man, I was talking about the TV again.
Netflix.
Is that what? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Netflix, people like logging in their Gmail account. Like, when you sign up to, when you plug in one of those boxes, it's an Android box.
Yeah.
Do you want to sign in with Google? And Google's like, please sign in with Google. Or, if you don't sign in with Google, you're not going to get any of your stuff. And then, you know what I mean? And then you sign in, and it's like, that becomes like a friggin' authorized device, and they're going to accept security codes and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Absolute mayhem.
It is mayhem, and you went and fucked it all up for us. No, I'm just kidding. you went and you did the right thing. You disclosed it. Although honestly, the first hint of pushback that I would have gotten from TCL, I would have been like, fuck it. And I would have just dropped it somewhere. And I know there's people in chat. I know there's people in Reddit and wherever that are like, it's not responsible. And maybe it's not. But you know what? I'm an irresponsible cartoon satanic dog that does drugs and gets drunk.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, we waited quite a while. But the difference was, the problem we had was we were in contact with them. We got in contact with them. They confirmed the vulnerability, the first CVE. And then the second CVE, I sent them to them on the day after they confirmed the first one. I'm like, hey guys, I got another one for you. And then they didn't reply after that. I still haven't heard from the guy that I was talking to. The next time I heard from them was like 3 days ago, which was like a month after I've already released everything, and the news articles were all up, everything, CNN and PC Mag, etc. And the security ledger, that was like the biggest first one that I got, security ledger. There was a couple of guys, really good guys, security ledger, Tom's Hardware, who reached out really, like, security ledger was the cornerstone one apparently. And that article is incredible because security ledger, security ledger.
You want to take people through kind of the process of interacting with media throughout this process, it sounds like this isn't necessarily maybe your first time, but it isn't something you do all the time. Or was this your first time?
Yeah. So basically, what happens is I posted the research on Twitter. I go to my Twitter at the top. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Where is it? Tweets. It's the pin one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people, if you go to who retweets it or whatever, you can see people just like it, and then they inbox you, or they, yeah, Paul. That's Paul from Tom's Guide. That's the guy from Tom's Guide. So he asked me a question. Said, "Hey, did you guys?" He had a look at the vulnerability, and that was it. And then I said, DM'd you, and then we started chatting, and then he said he's writing a story up for it and everything, and I was like, yeah, cool, man. We got on, and then we jumped on a call. We had a phone call, and cleared up a few things. That's another thing as well, by the way. You can chat as much as you want, but just jumping on a phone call, like,
oh my God,
really takes it to the next level, because like they understand what you're trying to explain.
Yeah, dude.
You can clear shit up really fast.
Absolutely.
Just just keep your OPSEC.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, or at least trust the people that you're dealing with. And internet strangers are not to be trusted, obviously. But remind me who John is again. Like, was he part of this, or was he John, a silent partner or something?
So basically, John helped me.
Oh, you Shutterstock. I'm sorry, my bad.
So John came from this one here. So I messaged out 28 days ago. Can someone help me? And John's like, can you give me the timeline steps? I'm like, I didn't even know John then. And I was like, oh, cool. He works for Shutterstock. Then I sent him the timeline. He's like, he can get me some help. I'm like, yeah, cool. So we got in contact, and then we we chat and stuff. And he's like, really cool guy, awesome guy. Like, I'm like, we pretty much, he emailed CERT. We prepared the POC and stuff like that, like a lot of stuff. And then he actually got me to find, sorry, smoker's cough. I might have corona. I don't know.
Got a touch of that corona. You know, it's been going around. I hear it's a little bit contagious, but I don't believe that stuff. I watch Fox News and I get my news from Facebook, and they tell me everything's great. So don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Don't you sweat a thing.
That's it. So do you want me to? Yeah. So John, he pretty much, he also called TCL, went through like pretty much all the motions, and eventually CERT told us that if we're not hearing from them, just publish it. We're like, sweet.
Oh, word. And they CERT even said that. That's great.
They said, set a date. I was like, yeah, Monday. Yeah. It was like Sunday, you know what I mean?
Great.
Because we hadn't heard from these guys. And the thing was, we were already talking to them. And then let me bring up the press release again. So this is released yesterday. After all that news, that didn't have to happen, right? None of that news had to happen. All they had to do was have a security at email that they could receive reports to and acknowledge that they fixed the second bug. They never acknowledged they fixed it until about like 13 days. All the news was already out. And then yesterday I got this. TCL was recently notified by an independent, blah, blah, blah. Once they could swift action, you know what I mean? Like develop patches and implement updates, blah, blah, blah. We take privacy very seriously. That's the meme.
The meme.
That's what I said to him.
Ding, ding. Oh, wait. I got a sound effect for it. We take it very seriously.
So I emailed them and said, like, get this right. They've already published this for some reason. They sent me the press release, and they also sent it to Tom's Guide at the same time, because they advertise on Tech Radar, which is Tom's Guide, right? And the ads have stopped, so I don't know what's going on there. I don't want to say anything about that. It's got nothing to do with me, but something happened there, right? And then they published this statement, which is already live. You can find it on the Tom's Guide article.
What the fuck? What is up with that frequently asked questions? The first answer to it.
Yeah, I'll explain it in a second. I'll explain
it. Okay. So I'm like, what the hell?
They're not FAQs. They're my questions. But where's the statement? Hang on. They removed it already. Hold up. Hang on.
Oh,
yeah. Here we go. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Every day, apparently.
Yeah, TCL takes privacy very seriously.
Yeah.
And then I sent them a reply yesterday saying like, dude, get rid of that, get rid of the security thing.
Very seriously.
Yeah, very seriously. And there's a few things here that they talk about, right? Which I'll explain. I won't show them the email, but I'll explain the responses. So, do the vulnerabilities apply to USA or Canada? Excuse me. There's two vulnerabilities. The first one was actually the discovery directory thing. The second one, just quickly glancing over because it's trivial. It's a trivial joke. Let me just shit. Where is it? CV second one. Okay, second one was this, right? John pretty much found this one because John was looking through the init files and he found this terminal remote manager, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nice.
What does that sound like? Terminal manager
Sounds
remote.
Like cancer.
Guess what
honestly.
it is? It's CWMP. It's like TR69 protocol. It's full on remote access.
Good Lord.
And they
That's
have
amazing.
credentials and the admin URL that you can upload your files to in China. You upload your screenshots. You can start a socket. You can upload all your logs.
This
Get that,
company is
right?
gonna get owned.
That and
Oh
there's
my God,
passwords,
what the
usernames,
hell?
etc.
Look at the username and passwords.
I don't even understand what they're doing, but 5400 is another one. I didn't even know that. Whoa.
Bro, you
I
don't
didn't,
even
yeah, whoa.
understand what you've uncovered, I don't think.
I didn't even know
Holy
about that. So
fuck,
someone might have
dude.
looked that up, 5400 on that, but I didn't even plug it in. So I just put that
My
out there for everyone to
God.
see. And the actual ability for this app, if people don't know, CWMP is apparently some like
Yeah.
not talked about protocol, and it's not in the default Nmap scan range, right?
So really quick, just to address, so there's two things that need to be done. As Sparkle Ops said, sad fucking trombone indeed. Oops. Yeah, I had it on loop. Sorry. Anyways, and then also, RV Klein said these are just the televisions. Imagine what else is lurking elsewhere in their product lines. And boy, oh
That's
boy, can
right.
I only freaking imagine. Sorry to interrupt for all those, but had to get that out there.
That's fine, man. That's exactly what it was all about. I mean, it is just a television, but the television's running Android. Android's supposed to be for a phone. Like, and if you think
No.
about, I always compare it to like Apple or like a Samsung. You know, like, does Samsung let you browse the file system?
Yeah. I think in debug modes. And to be fair to this company and to any company that gets owned this badly, which there aren't really that many these days. You found a gem though. But like in the Android simulator and Android SDK, there is actually really specific guidelines that you have to make resolutions available for TVs now, because they run on so many TVs that that it's like a thing. That and watches, you got to make
Yeah,
resolutions for.
yeah, and especially when they're an open handset alliance member, which is like a Google thing where people join the club and they become like a authorized whatever
Mm-hmm.
dealer of the real Android, right? The real Android,
Yeah,
and TCL owns Alcatel. Alcatel is an open handset alliance member.
that's
Excuse
an
me.
amazing one, by the
And,
way. The
and
Alcatel, that's huge.
it's crazy, right? And to this day, we've never heard from the Android CNA about the bug. And then another quick thing is TCL 3 days ago bought the Honor phone off Huawei 50-50 with, well, not 50-50, but 50-50 with the Shenzhen government of China.
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah, so Honor phones are coming back under the TCL brand. Huawei's just sold it. So, like, it's like selling it. I'm not going to say anything about that, but
Well,
people
I
know how
will.
things
It's
work
like
down
selling
there.
it to the Chinese government for spying purposes. And like, we're all concerned about, oh my God, there might be a thingy in the 5G equipment from Huawei and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah.
there may very well be. But I tell you what, they got a lot of eyeballs on them. TCL, however, does not, because I haven't heard of TCL before all of this.
Because of that graph.
Time.
That graph, man. It's like, look at, where is it? Sorry for speeding up, but like 2013, maybe, like 1 TV out of 10. Now they're like the biggest. They're also like half the price of a Samsung and the same features, but without the security
are they doing
part.
this through acquisitions? Is that how they're getting
Well,
bigger?
We don't know, man. Like it's price. It's a lot of things. Like I mentioned already, it's the price. It's price. It's price. It's all about like price.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, Roku's another thing. There, they build TVs from TCL, but they don't use the Roku OS. Roku OS is a custom Linux distro, and all of the articles are actually using the Roku TV in the thing because it's the first thing that pops up. And TCL has been actually going around telling everyone that that's a Roku TV. No, Roku. Sorry, Roku's been telling them that's a Roku TV, and they have to remove them. Like Tom's Guide removed it from this one. Before it was a red TV. I think if you look at my one, it's
well,
like that.
They're not removing the articles, though, right?
Pardon?
Are they removing the articles though, or are they just removing?
No.
Okay, good.
The article's legit. It's a backdoor. Like it's a full-on backdoor.
No,
so
I know.
What?
But big companies like Roku, and Roku is big now. They have enough pull to say, hey, we're gonna sue the shit out of you. You just insinuated that our product is insecure when it's not. So
Well, yeah, you're right. They could do that. But a lot of people made little corrections like this. They said that not affect Roku, and Roku knows that I'm a security researcher, and this is news about my research. So if they want to interpret, I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying like if they don't want researchers to report bugs to them, and they'd rather them sell them to
me,
zero markets, or etc.
or me,
then go ahead and sue Tom's Guide for writing about the Roku TV, and then watch what happens with bugs. Yeah. You won't even see the bugs anymore because they're there, but they're just not there. You know what I mean?
Well, they'll see them, but they'll see them in an InfraGard report after they've been exploited massively for a DDoS botnet or something insane like that.
That's right.
It's really good idea and really good etiquette for both sides to play nice. Corporations and researchers alike. And while I'll go off and say, oh, you should do this and do that, I'm saying it in a satirical, joking manner. Do I actually want you to set fire to the world? Well, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But not really all that much. Within reason. Use your best judgment. Don't just fuck over a company just to fuck them over, unless they're Facebook. Anyways, so you were saying?
Yeah. So I was going to say Sparkle's right about that. They're actually selling off the Honor brand to get around the US sanctions. And that's the legitimate answer, and they know that, and everyone knows that.
I missed that.
And it's a bit weird.
Say it again?
So the reason why Huawei's selling the Honor brand to get around US restrictions on Huawei.
Oh.
But the funny thing is, right? So Huawei is state-owned. TCL is state-owned. It's like selling yourself. You know what I mean? Like giving yourself a bonus or something. You know what I mean?
I thought they were using Hong Kong to bypass that.
I'm not 100% sure, but all I know is they sold the Honor. Like I don't want to say it because I want to get in trouble if it's true or not.
Well,
but
you know what? You're speculating, and this is all fake, anyways.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all fake. It's fake news.
I showed the disclaimer 3 times.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. The thing that happened though was this, right? So in the statement that they sent me the other day, right? This is last night. The second vulnerability. Sorry, guys, skipped it real quick. The second vulnerability was in the init file. Where's the init? It's not there. Second, where is it? This is it here. Second, no, it's the first one. Sorry, that's the second one there. I'll go to it on NIST so we can see it on NIST. There's a NIST link. Oh, you got the thing up. NIST.
I don't sweat it. I only did it for a few seconds. Long enough for somebody to read.
So here it is on
Mandatory
NIST.
disclaimers.
A vulnerability in TCL allows someone to perform a malicious upgrade because they made the vendor TCL folder 777, upgrade folder 777, var terminal manager 777. That's the remote backdoor, by the way. And the upgrade folder, you can pretty much like use some sort of fake USB attack or whatever you can get your hands on, or combine it with an LPE. But you can actually take over the whole thing.
Have you been able to root, or not root, replace the OS with like a cyanogen mod, or I don't know what they call it these days, lineage, I guess. But have you been able to like just totally take over one of these TVs and make them like a different OS and stuff?
Yeah, you can, because all they are is a rock chip, a rock chip PCB.
But have you done it though?
I've actually got the TV.
Oh, you don't have it at all.
Yeah.
How much are they?
But one guy is doing it. The guy from HackerDay, Jonathan Bennett, awesome, cool guy. Let me just bring up a browser where I can type it in. Hackerday.com. Let me just see if this works. Let me get the story up my other browser. I'm bringing it over. What's the weekly thing?
851
weekly. Shit, where is it? Hold up. Hackerday weekly. Damn. I'll just Google it. Hackerday TCL. Okay, here it is this week. Oh, sorry about that. Here's the link.
I'm looking for one of these TVs for sale. I can't fucking find one anywhere.
On Amazon, you can buy the PCB. You can buy the board on its own.
Well, you can buy the board.
I don't know if they're... Yeah, I don't know if the smart ones.
People don't connect with just boards that are kind of sitting on a bench, but they do definitely connect with an actual
they're good
TV that looks like the one in their living room.
Yeah, usually they're there for replacements, or for guys like for me, they're a dream come true, because you don't have to have the whole TV and you can still hack the.
Oh, totally.
device.
I'm not downing them by any stretch, but what I'm getting at is, it would be really interesting. It looks like they sell them at Walmart, possibly, which means they might be cheap.
The TVs themselves are super cheap, but there's a lot of things run Doom on the TV. Yeah, you can run Doom because it's Android. So you can literally do anything. But let me just quickly go down this here. So this is Jonathan from Hackerday, awesome, cool guy. He actually bought the TV. Yeah. And he's playing with it, man. He is playing with the TV right now.
I'm literally about to buy one myself. Holy fuck, they're $248 for a 50-inch.
There's a super cheap one, man. Like, but make sure it's not the Roku one, right? It has to be the Android one.
Why can't it be the Roku one?
The Roku one's not vulnerable. It's not the same TV.
Well, it's not vulnerable that you've.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
I have a feeling Roku was pretty forceful in that little thing that they put out. I kind of wonder. Makes me wonder. Wow, they're as cheap as $118? My goodness.
Super cheap. Did they put out a statement, Roku?
Oh, well, I thought you said they did.
Yeah, they sent me I was talking, this security team at Roku was like instantly like bang. They were like, yeah, that doesn't affect our TVs. And then I'm like, oh, well, can you forward it on to them? You know, like, fuck. And they did. And then they eventually, because like, it was that hard to get in touch with them. Like, imagine, you know what I mean? It was like ridiculous. Anyway, the port number in this article is wrong, but that's okay. Jonathan's awesome, man. He actually bricked the TV on the first night, he told me. And now and then he tried a few images. He's got it restored. So what it is like on the PCB, you've got the different memory types, right? Then they've got a base OS or base, you got the flash, and then you've got, you know, USB port, and then you've got the CPU, and then I think you've got there's another thing that you can write to, and then basically he was fixing the TV, repeating version numbers until he was able to find one that would work, and then he ended up getting one that did work, and he fixed his TV. So now he's actually testing it again. That was a really bad explanation, by the way, of the TV. But
just to recap it, you said he bricked it, but he found a virgin firmware somewhere.
Yeah, Virgin firmware. Yeah, he found one. He got it and he fixed it. He's working on it now. He's playing with the TV. And yeah, he says there are likely more CVs to come. So yeah, possibly working on one with him. Won't get into it at the moment because that's not responsible, is it? Yeah, but we'll go back to this real quick. So this is the part where it gets a bit weird, right? So this is like a month after everything's happened. They've sent a PR guy out. This is the vice president of TCL USA responding to me now. The VP. I'm like, I don't want to talk to the VP. I want to talk to the security team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there
Get
is
that
none.
right.
Sorry to burst
So
your bubble. There probably is none.
That's the thing. There isn't one. There's no
I knew
security
it.
at. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, there's no security at. There's an engineering team, and I was in contact with them, but then they dropped comms, and I said, guys, hello. I've been sending messages every day. Hello, Eric. I mean, shit. I said that. I'm like,
That's
dude, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? On
that's
Twitter,
the
he was replying. Yeah,
what's that called? That's the ostrich defense, right? And you put your head in the sand and the problems go
sounds
away.
sounds about right. Yeah, and then basically disappeared, and then they sent the PR guy out. And during that time, I was talking to Paul from Security Ledger, and awesome guy. His article blew it out of the water. Paul from Security Ledger, awesome article. All the articles are referring to him, so his article was insane. He well and truly found a bit more information than we did because we were just the vulnerability guys, right? This is it. Yeah, check this out. So after about, that's not me, that's John, by the way. Nobody home. We talk about a few things. He actually names the guy, actually, Eric. That's fine now. So get this. The vulnerabilities, so blah, blah, blah. TCL is not even allowed in government buildings in the US, along with Huawei, ZTE, Lenovo. So they're already on that list.
I didn't know
So,
Lenovo got booted. That's amazing.
yeah, we don't know. Supply chain problems, right? CCP, supply chain problems. Yeah, they blew up out of nowhere. Look, sponsoring sport teams, soccer events. I don't know what these things are, but the Ellen Show, they were on the Ellen Show and the Brazil soccer tournament in 2019.
Holy
And
shit. Whoa.
yeah,
Right
they're
there.
huge sponsors of everything now.
Paragraph.
Which part?
1/5, 20% of the hardware and software components in popular voting machines from China.
Yeah, what's he talking about there as well? Yeah. Hang on. Oh, wow.
That's insane. Close to 2/3 of the components that are in voting machines in both China and Russia. Wow.
That's a lot. I saw you mention that today. It was good. It was interesting.
Man.
So they should be barred. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to get political because things blow up fast. But what I found is both sides of anywhere on the political spectrum at the moment all seem to hate the fact that this is a Chinese backdoor. It's quite interesting, actually. I was like, oh, okay, everyone's agreeing with me.
So that does ultimately come down to a question of, is it a backdoor? Is it a bug door? Is it a neglect door? What kind of door is it? But it doesn't even matter at the end of the day because it's a door.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know, if it's there purposely, that makes it worse. I think this is an example of something you would find in a startup of any kind in the United States, in San Francisco specifically, where a company has been given $1 million of runway. They hired a bunch of people to get a product up and running, and damn it, do what you have to do. I don't care about security. Just do it. And you end up with stuff like this. Things that can be used to spy on boardrooms that can give you insider trading information because you're listening to the board of directors at, any Chinese company or any company that has these in their boardrooms. This is like serious stuff. This is almost as bad as Cisco phones those conference phones having these egregious of backdoors or bug doors in them. It's amazing stuff. It's a good find. Really good find.
Mm. Yeah, it was pretty, like, this is exactly what you're saying there. Like, if you send out the amateurs to do something and then literally you find, that's why you think you find this bug and you're like, what on earth is that? Like, why is there a file system like that? You know what I mean? Just it's mind-boggling.
Just to be clear real quick, so in Twitch chat, I put a link just now that is to Best Buy. This is one of the affected TVs, no?
Let me see, Class 4 series. If it says Android TV, it's TCL. If it's not Roku, it's affected. Yeah.
Well, if you look at the model number specifically, I think even was
43S 434. Let me bring up the 43S 434. Oh yeah, let me bring it up in a separate window. Target TCL. Yeah, that's one of them.
That's great. I'm gonna
dual Wi-Fi. Hold on, dual band. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if the local Best Buy has one and pick one up tomorrow.
I think we were looking the other day. Best Buy, one of them's got them, one of them doesn't. I don't know which one it is, but they're super cheap.
They're
on Amazon as well.
Yeah, they are super cheap and cheap enough that I don't mind buying it and then returning it within the return period either.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, I'm not like I'm trying to do anything shady, but if the TV's not a right fit for me, why shouldn't I return it?
Correct.
And it ain't a good fit for me, and if it's vulnerable as hell.
If you can, the best way to do it is to get. Well, if you want to watch the TV, that's fine. But if you want to get the easiest way, if you want to have a look at it, is just to get the board. And I think if you go to like a record, like eBay and stuff, you can actually find the model numbers. And we found some the other day. You can find the model numbers, the board out of it, because people break the TV screen, right? What do? Sell the board.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of visual, right? So a lot of the stuff I do is visual.
Yeah.
And I think there would be nothing cooler than to have a camera pointed at the TV the next time we get together, and obviously put your ad up. I want to make sure that the credit's not like taken away from you, and like I'm trying to hone in on your shit, because I'm not. But I think this is an extremely cool find, and I think
Thanks, man.
I think it could be taken to the next level, and really just it make people think about what they're putting in their homes, and make people think about compulsive internet connectivity, about compulsive data gathering, about compulsive connectivity altogether, because connecting your fucking PayPal account to your TV just don't seem like a good idea to me.
Doesn't, man, does it?
Crazy.
And connecting your Play Store, like how do you access? People like will use 2 Google accounts. How are you going to log into your Google? Like, you have to log in with Google on the TV, otherwise you can't buy anything. You can't, if you buy stuff, you can't install any of the apps you want to install, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? Like you have to go to like dodgy APK websites, and then you're doing the wrong thing anyway.
Yeah, the wrong thing. I'm going to make sure I put that in air quotes, because the wrong thing is real subjective when it gets to that territory. Legal isn't always right.
True.
But
I was going to show you something. I was going to show you the rest of this report part. So that took a month, right? PR got back to us. I haven't spoken to the guy since engineering. I really want to talk to him. I told PR, I said, can you send it back to engineering so we can actually get the thing fixed? And then the VP of TCL reached out yesterday, and he sent this to Tom's guide and myself. And he said this, like, I might as well read it. But yeah, TCL was recently notified by an independent security researcher 2 vulnerabilities in Android TVs. Once we received notification, the company took steps to investigate, thoroughly test, develop patches, and implement a plan to send updates to resolve the matter. Now, I'll read it first, actually. Updating devices and applications to enhance the security is a regular occurrence in the technology industry, and these updates should be distributed to all TV models in the coming days. Now, we'll stop there. The difference is that I've mentioned that the TV shouldn't auto-update. These are Android devices. Imagine it. Like, how pissed off would you be if your Android just kept auto-updating, man? I mean, I've got a jailbroken. I'll let you speak. Sorry, I've got a jailbroken iPhone. If my phone updates, I lose the jailbreak.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people in the security industry, probably a lot of people watching the stream right now, have auto updates turned on or turned off, at least on their apps, if not apps and OS, because they don't want to lose their jailbreaks. They don't want to lose their root, and that's a legitimate. It's their phone. They can do what the fuck they want with it, and that's their TV. They should be able to do what the fuck they want with that. It sounds to me like they don't have a choice, though.
That's right, man. So I mean, like I highly stressed it to them that they shouldn't auto update it. It has to pop up or say like, do you want to update now or overnight? You know what I mean? Because if you do the auto updates, man, that's a back door. Like if they can auto update, if there's war, they can just nuke everyone's phones. You know what I mean?
This is another reason that I'd love to have a TV, because truly that would be a demonstration of their use of the backdoor to deploy code to your machine.
Correct. And the test model that I tested on was automatically patched. And if you read here,
wait, it was patched?
Yeah, they patched it automatically, right? So get this right. Go for it. Sorry.
When was this sent? Back in October.
So it's only like 2 weeks ago, right? So 27th October, that's when they heard about it, right? Apparently. And I've been adding them since like the 20th or the 16th and stuff like, and I disputed that in an email recently to them. And he goes, I don't dispute the timeline. Within hours, the issue was verified. Well, that's incorrect because the first CVE was on day one, and then the second one came a few days later. So that's incorrect, right?
But they did push patches then.
So they shouldn't have though. So what happened was they pushed a patch through the back door. That's the whole thing now. Like it looks even worse now. And I told him not to publish this, but anyway,
it's very bad. And I mean, is there configurations in the configuration menus to turn off automatic updates?
I actually spoke to a guy yesterday. I asked him, "Can you find this update manager?" Oh no, wait. The reason why it's not in the USA market is because it's not in the USA market, right? That's the thing. So get this: why is this not an issue in USA? The vulnerability is because this thing is not available in USA. I'll skip that part because I don't even know what that is.
It's clearly not true because I'm looking at one of the affected versions right now.
Yeah, but the thing is, apparently it's not in the USA version. And I emailed him back. I go, dude, I don't think it's a good idea to talk about that because, first of all, I'm not in the USA. And then that statement doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? Like I'm researching the device. And you haven't provided an explanation to it. So like it doesn't really make sense to me logically. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of like, what? Well, the USA people expect more security? You know what I mean? That part of it.
This is yeah. So here's my speculation / we'll call it the movie script land. Only somebody thinking on a nation state actor level might think to single out maybe an adversary that they're looking to infiltrate and mention them by name. And only
it is weird, isn't it?
But maybe not. Maybe that's complete conjecture and has nothing to do with reality. But it is very strange.
It is, isn't it? The fact that they actually... I'll read this last bit in a second, then I'll probably have to boost off. And we've been here for a while, haven't we? Like an hour or 2 hours or something.
We've been going almost 2 hours to the minute. So you, if you want to wrap up in about 6 minutes, we'll hit it right on 2 hour mark.
Right out. So we've been live for 2 hours.
It's what'd you say?
Have we been live for 2 hours?
Yeah, dude. It goes by quick, doesn't it?
Holy shit, that's crazy.
It's great. I mean, we get into the deep stuff. We have fun, and before you know it, it's over.
That's right, man. So if you have a look at this, right, they were talking about some stuff here like vendor directory and blah blah blah. Right down the bottom, you get this part. This part is where it really gets me weird. Like I'm like, you're talking to security. I don't consider myself an expert, right? Or might be an expert, but maybe I've got what's the word for it? Imposter syndrome. But I think I consider myself pretty good at finding bugs, right? Not nowhere near the best. Nowhere near the best. Nowhere near the just whatever. It's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
TCL has always followed industry standing testing. Okay, whatever. ISO 90975, whatever shit. TCL's partnered with third-party security firms to perform robust testing for all new chassis. Going forward, we're putting processes to better react to discoveries by third parties, aka turn on your @security email, turn on your support system where there's a security program, and then this one.
It sounds like they might actually even be doing a bug bounty, so that's not bad. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, the problem is that it's fully state-owned. Not going to get into the details, but yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, again, it comes to that. Yeah. You're right. Never mind.
But then again, they do sell over here, so you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. This statement here really was like, shouldn't publish this. These real-world experts are sometimes able to find vulnerabilities that are missed by testing. Oh, wait, he's calling me an expert.
Yeah.
Or is he talking about the third parties? No, he's talking about the third parties. Look, partner with third-party security firms. And then these real-world experts. I'm like, bro,
because
are you calling
you're a hobbyist
I'm like,
to them?
I'm like, are you calling Jonathan from Hackaday not a real-world expert? Are you calling freaking, I don't know if I got this right, but are you calling Paul Roberts from Security Ledger not an expert? I'm like, these are the experts, bro.
As Sparglops pointed out, it's standard copy. It is a little bit demeaning and shitty, but fuck them. Whatever, they're about to get owned even more because, like, from what you've shown us tonight, it is abundantly clear to me that this is the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. It really is. Like, honestly, I said to them, I'm like, guys, didn't have to be this way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I did something wrong or anything like that. But another thing as well is right at the top, they didn't put our names, man. Like, they didn't put our names. And I sent them this email. I sent them in the email yesterday. I was like, do you want to, like, let me see this works.
They didn't put a what? I'm sorry. I didn't catch. They didn't put a what?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so sorry. Like, in public vulnerability disclosure, it's polite to add the name of the researcher.
They didn't
better add a link. Yeah. Like, Apple does it, like, really nicely. Like, Apple goes, like, you know, they add all the CVE guys to it.
Yeah.
You know, it encourages responsible disclosure. If you don't add them in.
I gotta say, some of this is literally because they don't have a security team. And probably the CSO or CTO or CEO wrote this fucking thing. Like,
press release. It's a press release.
Yeah.
It's not even a security statement. It's a press release.
And it's just 2 pages then. So,
what's that, sorry?
It's only the 2 pages then. Maybe
that was
working on it.
The FAQ. That was that was my FAQ. Let me go to the diagnostic. There's a bit about diagnostics. Oh shit! I'm searching the wrong thing. Where's diagnostics? There's something about diagnostics. Fuck, where is that? I can't say it. Diagnostics. Yeah. This one. Does TCL have control or access to any camera microphones in areas supported by the Terminal Manager APK? TCL is able to remotely operate the TV, and only if the user requests such an action. Now, go back to when I said that my TV was patched automatically, my friend's TV. Does that look like he authorized it?
Tell you what, after I get my TV, we're going to have some fun with it, because I'm not going to let it update at all. It's only going to be on the networks that I allow it strict access to. Yeah. And it will never phone home properly. And we'll find out. Because spoofing the IP of their wonderful
CWP.
set of domains that they give us in that one screenshot you showed. Jesus Christ, some of the names of them, like admin.remotesession.hunet. .cn or whatever the fuck it said. All
It's
of
like
those.
file uploader, log uploader, screenshot uploader, long connect. What do you think long connect is?
Dissidentfinder.tcl.cn. Good Lord. I mean, so here the bottom line is China's one of is our biggest trading partner, and probably is a lot of countries' biggest trading partners for electronics and a lot of other things. We have a love-hate relationship with each other. They would agree with that statement if they were being honest. But do I think all this stuff is necessarily malicious? I didn't necessarily think so much. I thought maybe a little bit, maybe. But now all these references to North American market, those are kind of weird. Those are really weird in this release. I don't know why
It
in
is.
the world
It is weird.
say this stuff. That's crazy.
The part about the segregation of the markets is, like I mentioned, I said word for word. This is what I said. So I won't bring it up on screen, but because it's in a weird thing. But I'll just mention what I said. I said, it is very. I said, it's crystal clear important. Do not automatically update the TVs. Now, that's another thing. But where's that bit about USA? I recommend. Yeah, here we go. I recommend disabling the diagnostics globally and avoid statements where North American market is unaffected. It appears to me as though the other markets, therefore, are treated with lower privacy standards, and therefore privacy in those markets isn't as important as it is in the US.
Well,
as a good example, I'm not in the US, so these statements don't affect me. That's what I said to him.
Quite frankly, it's not, though, because other countries don't have, well, besides Europe, with GDPR, maybe. But I don't even think that's a concern. This doesn't fall under GDPR as far as I understand. Well,
yeah, but I'm talking about responsibility of the actual manufacturer to uphold, like,
what's India going to do? They don't have any laws. They don't have any laws.
I know what you mean there. There's that side as well, like the law side of it. Yeah.
It's sad, but yeah, when other countries don't take privacy of their citizens seriously, companies aren't going to either. I think the USA is notoriously clamping the hell down on privacy and security of citizens, and that's possibly one explanation of why they're focused so much on North American market. But I gotta tell you, it is a little sus.
It definitely is, man.
Thank you
sus
so freaking
to the extreme,
much, man. This has been amazing. This has been a great stream. I'm glad I did the needful, and will be extremely tired tomorrow for work, but it's worth it because getting to hang out with Sick Codes tonight and go through your findings was amazing.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me on. It was awesome. It was really, really fun, man.
You're welcome back anytime, man. If you got more stuff that you want to talk about, even if you just want to go through like shit, anything, any of your process, any of your tips that you want to share, people are all about it. I'm sure in chat in a few minutes or in a few seconds you'll see a bunch of people agreeing with that. But if you got anything else that you wanted to plug, any upcoming things, if you're halfway through some research that you're about to release soon, now's your moment, man.
Plugs, man. Just follow me on Twitter. That's it, man. Like for me, it's fun. You know what I mean? It's just a fun game. Yeah, it's just a fun game. Obviously there's bug bounties, but like, yeah, it's just hit me on my Twitter, man. Like, that's where all my stuff goes. That's pretty much it. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, and follow Jackson. He was the guy who helped me find these bugs as well.
And Jackson. So it's Sick Codes. I know yours is Sick Codes, and you said
John. Let me find John. Where is he?
I gotta find.
It's John J Hacking.
There it is.
Comes up. It should be in my tag post. In my pin post. You'll find him in my pin post.
I'm probably following him. Let me just.
Yeah, you can see him in the pin post. It's got like.
Oh, in the pin post? Okay.
Yeah, John's in the pin post. So John and me, like, dude, like, I couldn't not have done that without John. John literally, like, he was, because he's been doing this for ages, like security. He runs bug bounty programs for a company, or I think it's Shutterstock, I don't know. But he's used to it, you know what I mean? So he knows what to do. Like, he emailed Cert. Cert told us to, and guess what, right? Cert, I'll just last thing before we go or whatever. Cert told us 3 weeks after we emailed him, I think, to drop it, which means they did a massive investigation into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Which
John's.
Oh, it looks like he might actually be watching. John, if you want to call in and we can do a extension of the show, I'm more than happy to keep going for a little bit.
Is John up? Is John watching?
He retweeted the Insomnia stream, so he might be around. I don't know. That'd be awesome. I sincerely apologize for not inviting him on because I didn't know the full story until you.
That's right, man. He can come on next time, man. He's really good as well, man.
Yeah, I mean the TLDR for invitations on this show is I do this, I kind of produce it and make it, but at the end of the day, it's a show for everybody. And if anybody wants to come on and show their stuff off and show the research that they've been working on off, you're more than welcome to. And hell, if you just want to talk about security news or whatever, come on.
Yeah, man.
It'd be awesome. And you're
all right,
definitely
brother.
Requests to please come back on. So I think you should. But on that note, I don't know. What should we leave them with, music wise? Should we do some weight?
Sorry about that, man. But yeah, is that it? We're done.
Well, we gotta get some music going real quick. What do you think about Weighty Cracker? Should we get?
That's a good song. I like Grit. My life be like.
What is it?
Such a good song. What's that one? Grit. The Grit. What's that one? The Christian rappers.
I don't. What's their name?
It's like the old song. My life be like. It's a good song. A good classic. I don't know. Spotify got that new playlist, like rollback, whatever it is, like where they like gives you like old songs that you like Blink-182 and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, Grit. My life be like, good track, but
and it was in there for you. What?
Grit's right. I don't know what it's called again.
Spell it.
I don't know. Hold up.
I know I'm putting you on the spot. I should have.
Oh, it's Grits. Yeah, Grits. My life be like. It's an old song. Everyone knows it. It's like, ooh.
Grits. My life.
You know it? Don't worry about it, man. It's cool. I feel like, I don't know.
I got it. Ooh, ah?
Yeah. You'll know it straight away.
My life be like.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to play some music, but we're going to say goodbye to Sick Codes, and we're going to say goodbye to y'all until next time. Thanks for joining us. We've had a blast talking to you, and hopefully you had a blast listening. Peace.
Cheers, guys. See you later.
Low key and stand candid. Reflect on all the things I try my hand at. Search for the equation to persuasions I'm used to. Finding comfort in the zones of closet bones I get loose to. A mountain is Fontaine. Spinning in monsoon and grinning this high octane. Explosive how I came. Rolling down the hills cause life's a hassle. Encircled by my folly like a moat around the castle. Stay afloat. Catch a second wind thin is the air I breathe. Teary-eyed nose running. Wipe the snot on my sleeve. I'm calling on the Savior to be all that I need. Please forgive me my behavior. Had me lost in light speed. Times like these that make me say, Lord, if you see me, please come my way. Like leaving breadcrumbs rolling I stray. Well, I'm sacrificing the price you pay. Living like a fingertip. Sometimes I fall, I slip. I walk feelings I be more like you. Try not to put your fire with the things I like. The fear of never falling in love, and the tears after losing the feelings of what you thought love was. Like the dirt still up under the rug. My life be like bad characteristics covered in Christ's blood. The joy of new birth and the pain of growing up. The bliss between giving my all and giving up. The highs and lows, paths and roads I chose in the cold I froze. Trying to ease my woes
in this world of sin. Close too thin to fit, so the God I send words of help to win. And grumbling so deep letters can never express. So the sounds of ooh-ah beneath my breath project.
Times like these that make me say, yeah, Lord, if you see me, please come my way. Like leaving breadcrumbs for when I stray. Yeah, well, I'm sacrificing the price you pay. Like living like a fingertip. Sometimes I fall, I slip. My heart feelings I need more like you. Try not to put your fire with the things I do. Like,
my life be like ooh-ah ooh, dum-dum ditty. Here come that boy from the capital city. Last up on the grits, new ditty. But 8 bars of the truth will do. I believe there's a bride that's stunning, and I believe in the kingdom coming. I believe if you seek the truth, you don't need to look far, cause it's gonna find you. So why, oh why do I trip and stumble? And ooh, eyes commitment crumbles. I can't believe that I'm here again.
my life be like times like these that make me say, yeah, Lord, if you see me, please come my way. Like leaving breadcrumbs for when I stray. Yeah, well, I'm sacrificing the price you pay. Like living like a fingertip. Sometimes I fall, I slip. My heart feelings I need more like you. Try not to put your fire with the things I do. Like times like these that make me say, yeah, Lord, if you see me, please come my way. Like leaving breadcrumbs for when I stray. Yeah, well, I'm sacrificing the price you pay. Like living like a fingertip. Sometimes I fall, I slip. My heart feelings I need more like you. Try not to put your fire with the things I do. Like my life be like my life be like my life be like my life be like
Well, if you're bumping this track, then I'm sure you wanna know the absolute easiest way to stack dough. You're probably working day jobs or cleaning someone else's mess. So much stress, you got a pain in your chest. Well, sit and take notes, I got knowledge to throw. The only way to get by is stealing from the rich folks. They got the nice cars and ice, they pay the highest price just to glow. Don't feel bad, they got a blow. First thing you wanna do is find a ballin' ass crib. You got a lot of options, take your time, get it in. You better do some digging and try to find a spot that's not hot with limited security and whatnot. Find out when they leave and when they come back. Rich fucks always got a tight schedule and all that. Now jack a cheap ass car that you can use for the boost. Better yet, a set of stolen plates will do. Head to the gun shop and use all the cash you got. Once you got the heat, stash it under the seat. To be sure they ain't home, get the front door and knock. It's a rich dude spot, so you can't pick the lock. Instead of that, head to the back and find a window. Now put your gloves on and punch it out like a bitch hoe. Next thing you know, you're on the inside. You gotta be quick, so set a timer for 5 and look alive. Scope out the first floor, look for nice shit. Wallets, keys, or watch, anything you can get. Check the house for false floors, cameras and trap doors. Everything you see here tonight is now yours. Find out where they sleep and check the sheets and flip the bed. Check the closets anywhere you think they keep the bread. But keep your hand on the heat in case they come back. Don't be afraid to blast them or stab them in the back. Cause the only thing standing between you and the cash is a bitch ass rat who can't even act. Eventually you'll find my cheese and you can spin. Escape the way you came in and watch the robbery end. Now you gotta act quick and dish the evidence. Dispose of all your clothes and shit and blow up the whip. Figure out an alibi, maybe you was with a bitch and she sucked your dick so good you passed out and didn't do shit. Or maybe you was driving down the street and fell asleep cause your dickhead boss making you work all week. Whatever it is, stick stick with that shit until it ends. And don't tell anybody, not even your closest friends. You be surprised how quick your homies hanging out to dry. They lie, cause they ain't get their piece of the pie. Well, fuck all that, you earned every cent in the sack. Just go home and count your stacks and never look back. It's real.
To my God, to the